Hey everybody, Foxy Games here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV full story playthrough. I know this is not where we left off. I did some hunt logs, I did some trials, I leveled up my Maelstrom rank, and I did my daily roulette. So we're currently level 45, and we're standing here in the Chamber of Rule to talk to our dear friend Genlins for our next Paladin quest. So let's get straight to it. Welcome, friend. I have important news for you. In my search for the traitor, I have been looking through some old records and discovered something chilling. Around the same time Sulkzagil was named captain, several famed soldiers of the Sultan Sworn met with untimely deaths, but strangely our records do not say how they died. Curious, I begged the favor of an old friend and received permission to inspect medical records kept by Frondale's frontistery. Jesus. I discovered that the soldiers died in various ways, some in combat, some suddenly at night in the barracks. But in nearly every case there were signs that poison had played a role in their demise. Uh-oh. Yes, shut up, phone. Carefully, invisibly administered. The more I read, the more I saw that the dark hand of Death's embrace at work, assassins in the pay and service of the monetarists, a society so secretive that few believe it truly exists. But no matter how skilled and devious the assassins, they should not have been able to kill so many of the Sultan's sworn elite without being discovered. Not, that is, without help from within our own ranks. So I asked myself, who had the most to gain from their deaths? One by one, the former captain, his trusted aides, the most capable of the Sultan Sworn who might become future commanders, all of them slain by an invisible hand. And with their deaths, the way was open for Sulkzagil to become the Sultan Sworn's youngest captain in a century. The monetarists were plotting to kill the best and bravest of the Sultan Sworn, to purge its ranks of greatness and to enervate it so that it could no longer carry out its duty and serve as the sword and shield of the Sultanate. Which begs the question, how did Sulkzagil remain captain for 30 long years? How did he avoid the poisoner's kiss when men better than him had succumbed? There can be only one explanation. He was the monetarist's cat's paw, the turncloak in our midst. Needless to say, I am more determined to track him down than ever before. While I continue my investigation, I have a trial for you. I want you to seek the gallant armor, the legendary raiments worn by generations of the finest soldiers of the Sultan Sworn. In accordance with Sultan Sworn tradition, the set that would be yours has been scattered across Thanalan. Each piece has been locked within a coffer, which will be guarded by 2 men. You must best the Sultan Sworn themselves if you are to claim the armor. Nice! Finally, something to prove my worth as a paladin. The time of slaying animals is, well, it's not over. I'm pretty sure that'll never be over because this is a Final Fantasy game and, well, it's an MMO. Ooh. You have to excuse me. My dinner tried to escape. Oh, I have to go back through this shit again? Ahaha. But now I'm stronger and better armored, and these guys, even though they're tempered, they're scared of me. They won't touch me. But these guys will. I hope the other one's not a mage. He's a fucking mage. He better not be healing this dude. No, he's attacking my Chocobo. My Chocobo, who, by the way, now knows Choco Cure. Yes, I have done a considerable amount of work off of the recording, just because it was, oh my god, he healed. Just because it was monotonous kind of stuff. Running around, killing hunt log targets, and again, running my daily roulette. Things behind the scenes so that the story isn't really messed with. Alright, 1 piece of armor. Oh, the rest of it is down here. I see. Can I just... Yeet! That was a bad idea, but if I hold still, I should be able to just recover my HP. And I think I'll just quaff a potion. A high potion. That should be enough. Let's take out the Squire first, because seriously, fuck these Healy boys. Damn it, I'm pushing my buttons out of order again. Because I am dumb. There we go. Now stop poking my chocobo. You're gone. Piece number 2. Alright, the other 2 are up here, so I'm gonna save myself the walk and just port back up to Little Alamigo and go out from there. Well, what a desolate place this is. I'm gonna kill your Squire first. Oh good, there's a storm rolling in. This may be a short session. Alright, piece number 3. And the final piece of the gallant armor, which compels us to beat the hell out of this Squire. Jesus, Chocobo just pokes it in the fucking face. Yeah, people think Chocobos are just these big, cute yellow birds, and they are. But they're not just that, they're also killing machines. That's that then. Number 4. Alright, let's get our ass back to Genlands. Hey Genlands, we got the armor. Good, the armor is yours. You have learned your lessons well and honed your skills, and now you're ready to face Zulkzagil the traitor. Yes, the time has come. I have discovered his hiding place and made contact through emissaries. We are negotiating the return of Oathkeeper. Secrecy is crucial, as is preparation. We will only leave when you are ready. Really? I'm ready? And well, what about the armor? Did I get... Oh shit, I did. That's paladin armor? I was expecting something a little more... or maybe a little less leggy? Okay, we're totally keeping the headgear because, look at it, it's a crown. That's awesome. Also, no chest armor? Okay. Wait, I could swear I had... No, it's a headpiece, gloves, pants, and boots. Huh. Anyway. The recovery of Oathkeeper will be the first step in restoring the honor of the Sultan Sworn. I have told Zulkzagil that if he returns the sword, we'll give him a fair trial. Otherwise, he shall be captured and thrown at the feet of the Sultana for judgment. The parley is to take place south of Forgotten Springs in the Sagoli Desert. Give me your map and I'll mark the location. While I believe he is acting alone, we must be prepared for anything. You may be certain that the monetarists will not take kindly to his surrender. In fact, I believe that should the monetarists discover Zulkzagil is willing to parley, they will surely try to intervene. Therefore, we must not speak of what we do, not to anyone. We should travel separately so as not to attract attention. We shall meet at the parley. You know it's not going to go well. These things never do. I mean, come on. Here's the site of the parley. A sword stuck in the dirt that any rando could have just come over and taken, but didn't. So you dared to come. You are a brazen one, I will give you that. But did you really think I wouldn't find out? Come, come, confess. My allies within the Sultan's Sworn have told me the truth. I know you are working in league with the traitor and the monetarists. Wait, what? Confess! With your dying breath, you will tell me where I can find Oathkeeper and the traitor who stole it. He thought I was a traitor the whole time? Do you dare accuse my own Sultan Sworn of lying? We are comrades in arms, every one of us, bound in brotherhood by our oath. I would trust them with my life. What is your word when set against theirs? We know the meaning of honor. You are a naive fool. I suspected you from the beginning, ever since you showed me that soul of the paladin that the traitor Sulkzagil gave you. You were, no matter how briefly, a paladin, and as such you are bound by a code of honor that is as unforgiving as it is noble. Traitor! I sentence you to death, and decree that your body shall lie here and feed the crows. This is an unexpected turn of events. This guy legit thinks that I'm the traitor? Save whatever dignity you have left in something. Accept your fate, that was it. Well, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna take out your other guys first. I mean, this guy's kind of a dumbass. He didn't do much investigating. How dare you use our arts against us? You know, I'll bet this guy's a fucking traitor, and the other dude is, the real captain. Why would I confess to something I didn't do, you asswipe? You cannot do this. I am the greater swordsman, your superior, in every way. Oh no. You were blinded, Genlins, by your own conviction. Genlins, remember your own lesson. A paladin does not exist to defend his position or the honor of his fellow Sultan Sworn. Those men were assassins in service to the monetarists. The moment you outlived your usefulness, you were to be killed. You and this free paladin of yours. Liar! You are their agent. You betrayed us for them. You are always naive, Genlins. Too willing to trust your fellow man. It's one of your virtues, but you have a deplorable habit of turning your virtues into vices. Think. The information you uncovered, how did you come by it? Did it fall into your lap as if, oh, I don't know, someone was feeding it to you for their own purposes? You and the paladins under your commands are the monetarist lapdogs. Genlin, you've been led a merry dance and followed their lead at every step. Then, you were never a traitor. You were innocent. I have wronged you. Easy now, your wounds aren't mortal, but you need to rest. I'll take care of the captain. He's had worse, and we'll have him back on his feet soon enough. You've become a fine warrior, and learned all there is to know about the way of the paladin. I think perhaps that you are not aware of just how much you've grown. Well, 'tis time you were made aware, paladin. When the captain's recovered, keep an eye on him for me, will you? He needs someone like you to watch his back. See, I figured he was cool. Just, I didn't figure that's the way it was gonna go. This is the first time I've seen this. I've never played Paladin or Gladiator in the past. Oh, Genlins, I bet you feel pretty stupid right about now. Paladin, I have done you a great wrong. I allowed myself to be hoodwinked, accuse you of treason, and even turn my sword against you. I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me. As for me, yes, I am recovered from my wounds, at least those that will heal. But far more important than that, Solxagil is innocent after all. He was never a traitor, and the dream that I followed in my youth was not a lie. I remain captain of the elite, although a poor substitute for my predecessor. I am now working on a plan to strike back at the Monetarists and restore the Sultan Sworn to its former strength. No, do not be afraid for me. We've unmasked the foe, and he cannot hide behind his deceptions anymore. The assassins won't find it easy to reach me. For now, I will bide my time, marshal my strength, and when the time is ripe, strike hard at our enemies. And I gain a new ability. I figured it couldn't be over yet. I'm only level 45. Pretty sure the last quest is at 50. At least for Realm Reborn. Oh, there's more. Sweet. Cover. I need 50 Oath Gauge. Take all damage intended for another party member. That's interesting. I'm going to stick it up here for the moment. And we shall... Oh, I can't do this yet. It's at level 50. So, we can't do any more of that. We did not gain any new armor from that quest. We did from the one before it, though, and we're looking pretty snazzy overall. And what we can do is run on over to Gridania, because it's time to kill Garuda. Alright, Cid, Alphino, we're ready. According to my test, the device is now functioning in perfect harmony with the crystal, meaning we can leave whenever you're ready. Alright, we've heard this before, but we'll just quickly go through it. You must understand, tests can only tell so much. Until we approach the Howling Eye, until we attempt to breach the barrier itself, I can't be sure this will work. I think it's only fair to tell you there's a small but significant chance that the crystal could trigger a massive... Maybe it's better we remain positive. Yes, thank yous. We got all this in the last episode. Now, we're going to accept this quest.
There. She's ready.
Squeaky chair.
Ah, she stirs.
I like that crown helmet.
To Kurthus, and an audience with the Harpy Queen Garuda. Enterprise, engage.
You had to, didn't you? Aha.
Damn it. I once flew in this airship, and I was not alone. There were adventurers on board. Adventurers like you. Just how long have I worn these damn goggles? Ah, yes, I fancied myself a trendsetter in my younger days. The young prodigy, admired by all, exactly like his father. Born and raised in Garlemald. It was only natural that the precocious young student should become an engineer. Had his father not done the same? Father, when did we stop seeing eye to eye? When did Meteor become your everything, and your loved ones cease to matter? You abandoned us all. But he was there for me, Father. There for me when you were not. Though he proved no better in the end. Gaius was just another man, with an all-consuming obsession. And so I ran, left the Empire behind and came to Eorzea, where I built the ironworks. Ah yes, it was then that I first donned these goggles. Eorzea opened my eyes. It was home to so many manner of people, each with their own hopes and dreams. People worth saving, and so I fought beside them. I wanted to prove that my knowledge could serve a nobler purpose. I wanted to prove that there was another way. And it all began that day when I found my new home. I had forgotten how wonderful it was. The wind in your hair, the endless sky. That light. It was you, wasn't it? It's surprising how few people know this, but all pure-blood Garleans have a third eye. Perhaps mine helped me recognize you, or perhaps it was just a lucky guess. The Enterprise was made for this. to carry Eorzea's protectors into battle. I am proud to be able to call her my own.
Sid? What exactly do you remember?
Alphinaud, my boy. Sorry to have been such a burden. I remember everything. My name, my people, and my purpose. Everything. Come, it would be rude to keep Garuda waiting.
That whole plot point where you hand Sid his goggles, I don't think they ever follow up with that. I think that was them not knowing what they wanted to do with the story in the beginning. Or maybe something weird is going on. Something that's related to pretty big spoilery stuff for later in the game. What is this guy doing back in that tree? Anyway, let's go talk to Sid and Alphino. What is it, Foxy? Don't tell me you're having second thoughts at a time like this, or do you truly wish to return to Gridania? No, we don't. Alphino? All our efforts, all our travails, all of it was for this. Make ready, Foxy, for the end is nigh, be it hers or our own. The Howling Eye is now accessible, and we shall enter it through the Duty Finder, and face Garuda. Who dares intrude upon my sanctuary? Your insolence shall not go unpunished, landwalkers. 12 preserves, she's huge. As I live and breathe. Over there, look. Kobolds. Amalja. Amalja and kobold prisoners. But why would the Ixal bring them here? Wherefore come you hither, foolish mortals? Garuda, we are come to put an end to your reign of terror. Hear you this blasphemy, my children? These landwalkers would bring me low. You who are bound to crawl upon the earth should revere me, for I am the wind. Did we not take to the skies and slip your defenses? We are bound by nothing, Garuda. You think your playthings give you strength? They will not help you here, Landwalker. This is my realm, where none can challenge my supremacy. Struggle though you may, I shall slake the roots with your blood and festoon the canopy with your entrails. Slay the unfeathered ones we shall. As an offering to Garuda they will serve. Leave the Ixal to us, Foxy. We'll keep them distracted while you deal with her. Do not fail, Foxy. Remember, you fight for the Scions, for Eorzea. Let's dance, Big Bird. The worm would die by my own hand. Come then, I shall grant you that which you seek. She's not even interested in tempering us. She just wants to kill us. Oops. Alright, let's do this! We're gonna run over this side, and we're gonna pull her to the back. Come here, big bird. Garuda has such an awesome theme. Okay. Get behind the rocks, or you will die. Okay, the DPS have to kill those. Otherwise, they'll break the rocks, which act as our cover. And that's not good. Please hurry and kill them. Very good. Where's she going? Okay, she's in the middle. Here comes some razor plumes again. Oh my god, lag. Get back from there, get back, get back. The reckoning comes! Sorry, lag pretty hard. Oh shit. Yeah, don't go to the edge. Now we're in a tornado. We might be dead. Nope, maybe not. I think I greatly overestimated just how difficult she was on normal. Oh, I got paralyzed. Shit. And that's that. No, 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 no! What? How in the hells? This is my realm. You have no hope here. None. None. Did you truly believe you could defy a god, landwalkers? My power is limitless, my children legion, and they have rendered unto me a wealth of crystals. Their gifts sustain me, their faith empowers me. None save my children will escape the reckoning, mortals, and those who would use my crystals to waken the rest shall realize the folly of their faith. Then all shall worship none but me, the one true God. Of course, worship. So long as the Ix'll keep praying, she will never fall. Then let's stop them. Ugh. No harm will come to you, my children. Yeah, I'm not acting out the laughing. That would be silly. This is only the beginning, Landwalkers. All who oppose me shall suffer for their defiance. Soon the worms of the forest shall receive my judgment. The desert vermin next. Their walls of stone will not shield them from the tempest. And then I will take vengeance on the sea lice. Their wooden boats cannot outrun the wind. Tremble, mortals, for I shall visit you all in time, and all shall be mine, all mine! You, Landwalker, you who dared to raise your hand against me, you shall be the first to pay for your sins, not with your death, but with your life. You will serve me, Landwalker, to your last breath. But you know how that whole song and dance goes. No, no! I claimed you. You should be mine. Thank you, Heidelin. The final crystal of light. Heidelin's like, well, this bitch isn't coughing it up willingly, so I'm just gonna take it. What are you? What have you done to me? No mortal should possess such power. This is impossible. Well, that was the longest cutscene ever. No, they get longer. I got no commends.
Why do you not tremble at my might? Why do you not beg for mercy? Why do you not die? We've done it! Ah! Impossible it is!
Kill you all! Is that all?
Uh-oh.
O Lady of the Vortex, O mighty Garuda, of all primals the most terrible, I say again, is that all?
Gaius!
Ah, Sid, my boy, you look well. For one who has forsaken kin and country, I wonder what else you will forsake before the day is done.
What?
What exactly did you hope to accomplish here this day? Well, I shall accomplish far more.
Is that all? Is that all? insolent mortal! I shall make you suffer! That foul stench! I see now. She has touched you! Very well.
Seven hells, does she still mean to fight?
Our Lord of the Inferno Almighty, brought us succor in our hour of need.
Save us, Titan, Lord of Crags! It hurts us so! The pain! The pain!
What is she? 12 preserve. She cannot mean to... No. No, this is all wrong.
Stop gawping, boy. We must run.
Surrender yourselves unto me! I would feast upon your ether! None shall stand against the wind!
Bear witness to the glory of the Empire! It is you who will suffer, Garuda. Ancient Alleg had ways of dealing with your kind. Now, look on their ultimate weapon, Icon, and despair.
No! No! No!
Oh, damn, I forgot he did that.
Magnificent. It exceeds all expectation.
With each primal it consumes, it grows more powerful. A marvel, is it not?
Such is the fate of those who oppose the Empire. There will be no warriors of light to save you this time. If your leaders are as wise as they are reported, they will surrender. Your skills are impressive, but they will not be enough.
Have mercy. What chance have we against such an ungodly creation? And who was that armored devil?
That was Gaius van Balsar, legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion and Supreme Commander of the Garlean invasion force in Eorzea.
Of course.
The Black Wolf! How could I not realize? Grandfather mentions him in his journal.
I was never so naive as to think the man would abandon his ambitions. But these developments are beyond my worst expectations. What have you been doing these past 5 years? How could something of this magnitude have escaped the Alliance's attention?
We heard no whispers, saw no signs. In the wake of the calamity, the Empire seized land and built outposts, but that was the extent of their aggression.
Damn it, guys! Where in the 7 hells did you find that thing?
It has been a day of unexpected developments, but the fact remains, Garuda is no longer a threat. While I take no comfort in the manner of her downfall, it does mean that we may safely put the matter of the primals to one side. For the time being, at least.
Which just leaves the matter of Gaius's new toy.
Indeed. That weapon poses the greatest threat to Eorzea. It must be destroyed. But first, we must needs find out all we can. Let us make for Vesper Bay. We shall rebuild the Scions. All is not yet lost, my friend, for we bear the light, and shall surely lead our people from the darkness.
So that was a hell of a development. Wow, that's some skimpy armor. Well now, that was an experience I would rather not have again. Something has been troubling me, Foxy. Shortly before the Black Wolf took center stage, when Garuda attempted to claim you as her own, I could swear I saw... but I'm sure I was mistaken. In times of great stress, the evidence of the eye is apt to be misread by even the most inquiring mind. Forget I mentioned it. Returning to the subject of our earlier discussion, we may consider the matter of the primals closed until further notice. No beast tribe would dare summon their god so long as that weapon exists. Truly a more effective deterrent I could not imagine. It almost seems a shame to plot its destruction. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Oh, this stuff is ass. Oh, it's most certainly ass. What does it look like? Oh, it looks like ass too. Does it even have a visor option? No, it's ass. It is past time we return to the Waking Sands. To leave our headquarters in disrepair any longer would be a dishonor to the memory of those who fell there. We have been brought to our knees, but we will rest, rebuild, and rise once more. To the Waking Sands, then. I wonder if anybody else has wandered back here since the incident. It's pretty quiet. I had no idea, Foxy. I could only imagine how you felt when you returned that day. Yeah, it was pretty rough. Then people made me run around and bury corpses. Tell me, Foxy, does aught strike you here as odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Could it be that we have trespassers? Mayhap it is just my imagination. Come, let us proceed to the solar. These are ass too, aren't they? Because I have my... yeah. Oh, of course, the fucking shoes are for casters, but... Actually, I think I have better shoes too. Wait. It's Ida! Who goes there? Now, Ida, is that any way to greet a friend? Alphino, Foxy! Sid? Wait, is this a dream? Not that I'm aware of. It's been a while, Ida. I don't believe it. I was sure you'd been... This place has seen better days. You know, I actually wasn't here when I was still in talks at the Adder's Nest. The first I knew about it was when I came back and I saw... Ida. The church had taken care of the bodies, but that still left the stains. It was hard to know where to start, if Y'shtola hadn't been here to help me. Y'shtola is here too? Yes, but she's not here right now. She's gone to Ulda to meet a man who might know what happened to the others. Papalimo and Minfilia weren't among the dead, according to the church. Y'shtola thinks they were taken somewhere. Upon the orders of the Black Wolf, no doubt. Why would he want them? Because they possess something he desires. Knowledge of another power that can be brought to bear against the primals, one that Gaius has yet to harness. The Echo. Gaius will be aware of its existence, as well as the immunity it grants the gifted to the primal's influence. Powerful though his elegant weapon may be, he would doubtless desire such protection. He means to use Minfilia to gain an understanding of the Echo, none of which explains how the Empire came to know the location of the Waking Sands in the first place. No matter, the Empire has shown its hand and now we must act. It is up to us to rebuild the Scions and save Eorzea. Can I count on you, Ida? What? Oh yes, of course. Whatever you need. We can discuss our next move upon Y'shtola's return. For now, I say we rest.
Hear, feel, think. Bringer of light, brave gatherer of the crystals, thy soul burneth bright. I am Hydaelyn, all made one. Hearken unto me now, for the darkness doth begin to spread. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar of shadow, whom death attendeth always. The crystals shall be thy salvation, thy blade and shield both. Steel thyself, for at the appointed hour thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. Go with caution, my child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
Y'shtola. Foxy, I see you and Alphino are safe. And Sid. That we five should meet each other thus defies simple explanation. It is as if the benevolent hand of Master Louis Soir guides us all. He would not see us undone so easily, not now when the need is so great. I know where Minfilia and the others are being held. Where? An Imperial stronghold in the heart of Mordona. Castrum Sentry. So we just got some massive exposition dump, which is a good thing. But a lot has happened in a very short time. Alright, let's have a chat with everybody real quick. Gaius may have called it a weapon of ancient Alag, but I saw extensive Magitech modifications. An Imperial Castrum. 'Twas to be expected, I suppose. Alright, let's do this. Let's go and rescue Minfilia and the others. Y'shtola? The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Foxy. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of an Imperial Castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now that Castrum Sentry houses prisoners whom the Garleans deem valuable, we may be confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy. And if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Portalin of House Durandare. He is stationed at the Observatorium in Kurthus. Let us go to him and beseech his aid. Really? Somebody in Kurthus? Okay. Alright, Portalin. Ah, Foxy, the woman who unmasked the heretic in our midst. To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? You're an associate of Y'shtola, but of course, Lord Gillamont confided to me that you are a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Ah, finally, a warm reception in these cold lands. You know, from somebody who's not Lord Ushfont. Castrum Sentry? What interest have you in all the... What interest have you all in the Imperials? They hold several of our number, whom we intend to free. Any information you can provide would be greatly appreciated. I see. That might explain our scouts' reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum. A Hiren woman, an Elysian man, and 2 Lalafels, 1 man, 1 female. It's them. It has to be Minfilia, Urianger, Papalimo, and Tataru. If that scant morsel is of use to you, you may also be What the fuck is my free company doing? You may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. An airship made an emergency landing here in Kurthus not long ago. 2 men believed to be prisoners, a Rogadin and a Lalafell, were seen fleeing the craft. What did you say? A Rogadin and a Lalafell, Master Garland. Neither wore Imperial dress, and both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue, hence our assumption that they were prisoners. Well, I'll be damned. It's Biggs and Wedge. Trust those 2 rascals to escape. We must find them, Foxy, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they are captured or killed, and if Biggs were given the choice, I fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Castrum Sentry will require substantial planning and preparation. As such, is an endeavor that will admit some slight delay. The matter of the escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It is likely only a matter of time before they catch them. If you wish to see your comrades again, you had best act now. If, as been suggested, the Garleans took our fellow scions prisoner in hopes of understanding the Echo, it seems reasonable to assume that they will not be executed until such a time as the study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not scions, nor do they know aught of the Echo. As Lord Portalin said, this may prove our only chance to rescue them. I say we seize it. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. I mean, saving Lalafell, I kind of always regret that, but, you know, we'll make an exception. It's the Angry Four. Final preparations are complete, my lord. There stands the culmination of 5 long years of painstaking work, but all our effort will be vindicated when the Emperor's vision becomes reality. At last, we have the power to purge this land of its false gods. We shall give the ignorant children of Eorzea the security and stability they so desperately crave, and when their spineless leaders have which their spineless leaders have so palpably failed to provide. As you say, my lord, rest assured our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational. Ridatin, you depart for Castrum Occidens at midnight. You will command the Western Front in Vilbrand. The Eorzeans will attempt to interfere with our plans. You will see that they do not. My lord, if this be your will, I shall carry it out to the best of my ability. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet, forgive my impudence, but is it proper to give command to half of our forces to a... I have given you nothing, Praefectus. You have earned it. That will be all. Dismissed. Yes, my lord. Well, Gaius is nothing if good to his people. His people. My quarters. 1 hour. Are things heating up? Is there a thing between him and Livia? My purpose here is to reconnoiter Garlean activity along Abalathia's spine. Owing to this, I have the honor of being acquainted with Y'shtola. Now, the report of the Imperial airship's emergency landing came to us by way of Zamil Darkhold, situated to the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Briselt, may be able to tell you more. So as to expedite your mission, I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray that you will soon be reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength. Zamil Darkhold, a dungeon that we have yet to do. And I forget if this makes you go through it, or... You stand before Zamil Darkhold, the subterranean fortress excavated by the greatest guardian house of the same name. None but authorized personnel may enter. A letter from Lord Portalen. So, you've come about the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched the ground when a pair of men, captives by all accounts, burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have since been sighted in the area seeking to recapture them. What, the captives are like to be our friends, you say? Then let us pray that they are yet a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near the Aurum Vale, situated south and west of here. I suggest you take your search there. Seek out a knight named Pieramon. Pieramon? Yeah, he should be able to assist you. Aurum Vale. God, even saying the name makes me feel gross. I hate that dungeon. Here's a cave. Hello, Pieramon. The Imperial airship? Aye, I saw it approach to land with my own 2 eyes. I hastened to the landing site, arriving just in time to see the vessel take to the skies again, but not before it had deployed a detachment of troops. Gruff orders were being barked, and there was an air of consternation among them. There were prisoners aboard the airship, it seems, and they seized the opportunity to flee when the vessel was forced to land. The Garleans who were deployed formed search parties and proceeded to scour the wilderness. In order to alert our forces, I returned to my post to find evidence that someone had been here in my absence. Whoever they were, they tried the door to no avail and decided to go elsewhere. In all, I marked 2 sets of footprints, one large and one small. If you search the area, mayhap you'll be able to follow the footprints to their owners. Well, it's a good thing they didn't go into the Aurum Vale, because they'd be dead. Seriously, fuck that dungeon. Now, somebody's riding a big old mech thing out there. We had to spend a ridiculous amount of time looking at footprints. Hey, look, a chocobo. You know, I was trying to think of something fun to say during all of these long search sessions, like random facts and stuff like that. Like, you know, if you stacked 264 elephants on top of each other and up into space, did you know that all of those elephants would die? This has been a fun factoid presented by Foxy Games. Oh, here's one that's actually, as far as I know, true. Did you know that Final Fantasy got its name because Square, at the time, didn't know that they were going to survive as a company, so they just put out one final game in an effort to save themselves? And, well, look, here's Wedge. Factoids are gonna have to wait. So cold. I want to go home. Hi, Wedge. Ah, please don't eat me. I'm not nearly as succulent as I look. It's all skin and bones underneath, I swear. Foxy, it's you. Thank goodness you're here. It's been awful. The Garleans were snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves. I was so hell's bent on evading them I almost ran headlong into a monster's gaping maw. Thrice. And when I finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was. Biggs? He isn't here. He went off in a different direction to lure our pursuers away. It's me, Sid. Have you had any success? Tracked down Wedge. That's wonderful news. Now what of Biggs? I see. Well, it hardly surprises me that the big fellow went off as he did. For all the tongue lashings he gives Wedge, he's always taking care of him. I've scoured the area surrounding the Darkhold, but have nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know for a fact that Biggs headed west. With both Ida and Y'shtola helping out, I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I'll make my way over to your position while keeping an eye out for Biggs. If memory serves, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not far to your west. Monument Tower, I believe it's called. Let us meet there. Dear, I hope. Was that Master Garland you spoke with? After 5 long years. Thank goodness he's alive. I'm feeling better now, Foxy. Let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. Yeah, this bridge is kind of cramped. Who the fuck are you? Abilene. Well met and welcome, adventurer. What brings you to this frozen corner of the realm? Oh, it would seem your companion has caught a chill. Come and warm yourself by the fire. I will bring you a hot broth. How are you feeling now, then? Stay here as long as you need. Same goes for you, friend. 'Tis plain you have had a hard journey ahead of you. Or have a hard journey ahead of you. You must find rest when you can. Well, at least we found Wedge. Oh my god. Something good. Why is it better than my gallant stuff? I'm fine now, thanks to you, but I can't bear to think that Biggs is still all alone in the cold with Garleans on his heels. He lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Foxy, but do you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe, the people here would have seen something. How about you? A Rogadin gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion? I'm sorry, but he didn't come by here. Let me think a moment. I would not raise your hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it the Fury's Gaze, and it may be worth the while to investigate. I make this suggestion only because your friend seems like a selfless sort. Rather than drawing the enemy to this tower, mayhap he elected to pass us by. Well, let's go check out this cave then. Thunder's getting pretty loud. In real life, not in the game. Uh-oh. Something that isn't Garleans. They're the ghost of all the sperm that you kill by ejaculating. I mean, what else do they look like? Seriously. Why are you after me? Fuck you. That was way dumber than it should have been. And we find nothing here. Motherfucker. Well, Wedge, we found shit. Foxy, were you able to learn anything? Not in this area? Well, that stands to reason, I suppose, seeing as he was trying to lure the Garleans away from me. Ooh, hear that rumble? But where within this vast sea of snow and ice could he be? New pants. Not really, apparently. Are they just too high level? No. Oh, wait. Whatever, I don't give a fuck. We can't give up, Foxy. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold or is recaptured. There must be someone in this tower who can help us, even if it's only to tell us where else to look. Ask them for me. Ask anyone who'll listen. And hurry. Biggs' chance of survival grows slimmer by the moment. Ah, stairs. We meet again. Of course it has to be all the way at the top. Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If he's not to be found around here, or in the vicinity of the Darkhold, it is possible he made for Whitebrim. To reach it, one must travel through Danifin Pass, the southern end of which lies to the north and east of here. While I make no guarantee that your search will bear fruit, it is surely better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing. Do tread warily when climbing the stairs here. Not a moon ago, I near broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. Look, buddy, I've navigated the stairs in this fucking place before, okay? I'm perfectly fine. See? I'm hanging by a thread here, but I'm alive. Alrighty, here's Y'shtola and Ida, and looks like there's Biggs over there. Our orders are to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tidhead? Ah, Foxy, it is well that you're here. The situation is grave. Biggs is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Ida has the right of it. He will perish if we delay. With me. He's not alone. Kill them all. You guys are fucked. How did you know where to find me? Hold your ground. Reinforcements are coming. The more the merrier. I'll pound you all into the next Umbrellera. Ida, less provoking and more pummeling if you'd be so kind. Vanguards, destroy them! Uh-oh. It's Big Chungus. And somehow I took that hit even though I got out of it. Uh-oh. You can come and fight me instead. Oh, and you go down. more than how many more of them are there? More than are conducted to merriment. Ida, have care. Next time, have a care for what you wish for. Trying to read what everybody was saying, but also in the middle of fighting. My thanks. Another moment and I would have... He's been too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. Monument Tower? Very well. Ida and I shall bear him there with all haste. Sid will be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. Oh, I love reunions. You know, it's so fucking hot in my room, and looking at this snow is so weird. It's like I can almost feel the chill. I can imagine it, and I feel a bit better. Not that I like the cold. And my headset's starting to run out of battery. I cannot thank you enough, Foxy, and the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We're a family, are we not? Well, yes, it's just I didn't think I'd ever see him again. I owe the lot of you my life. And you saved Wedges too, Foxy. I'm losing count of how many I owe you. Biggs, Wedge, God, it's good to see the two of you again. Chief, it's really you. In our hearts we knew you were alive, but to finally see you in the flesh. When Alphino told me of the raid on the Waking Sands, I feared the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning. We didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. It must have been awful. There's one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Garleans get there so fast? I mean, the Immortal Flame should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question. That day, when I returned to the carnage at the Waking Sands, I noted not a miss in horizon, nothing at all to suggest the passing of Imperial force. From this I concluded that the Garleans came neither by land nor by air. Nay, they were borne there by potent teleportation magics. Magics of the kind used by the Ascians. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded and bundled into the cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of Imperial stronghold, Castrum Sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched off into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell together, while Minfilia and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard from them. Castrum Sentry. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but was probably moons, or maybe only weeks. And then, without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us and put us on another vessel, which we found out was bound for Garlemald, much to our dread. We knew that if we were taken back there, we weren't like to leave again. So, risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control and thereby forced an emergency landing. And in the midst of the ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest, as they say, is history. If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel? That will have been Biggs's handiwork, like as not. You always were resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. It's so weird to see the laugh animations with no voice acting. Foxy, Thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Minfilia and the others still want for rescue. Alright, you lot. Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for. Hurrah! Alright, Sid. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Minfilia and the others. Gods know we've kept them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say they're being held at Castrum's Sentry. So let us convene at Revenant's Toll in Mordona. 'Tis as good a place as any to prepare, and better than most. The road leading east and then south will get you there. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of the local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. Ah, a new area for us. We shall indeed head straight to Mordona. It's a bit crazy to think about, but we are starting to enter what is the end game for the first part of A Realm Reborn. There is still a good portion to go, but no, honestly, we've gotten through this pretty quickly. I'm already level 45. I think I'm doing okay at tanking. You guys might think otherwise, but I think I'm okay. Alright, here we are. Mordona. Revenant's Toll. Well, this place is pretty cool looking. And of course we will first attune to the Aetheryte. Lovely. We're also going to set this as our home point, because we're going to be coming back here a lot. And let's talk to this guy, Slaffborn. What a name. Well met, friend. What brings you to Revenant's Toll? Did I hear you rightly? Your friends are being held captive at Castrum's Sentry and you want to rescue them? I don't mean to discourage you, but that might prove difficult. The stronghold has been on high alert of late, with armored patrols seen about the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get within 100 yalms of the walls undetected. If the Garleans were alerted to our coming, we cannot know what they will do to Minfilia and the others. We must act with the greatest stealth. Aye, it has to be the good old-fashioned infiltration. But with security so tight, how are we going to smuggle ourselves in? Why, I have a mind to walk through the front door. The front door? Aye, we'll disguise ourselves as Imperial troops and march right in. For this, we'll need a few sets of Imperial uniforms, a suit of Magitech armor, and impeccable timing. That's a bold strategy, but it just might work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunities to borrow the equipment. Knowing those Imperial bastards, they won't even suspect that we savage Eorzeans would think to use their technology. And it's settled. If you're determined to go ahead with this, I'd recommend you speak with Glaumont. The fellow's got a personal grudge against the Empire, and happens to know a deal about Castrum's Sentry besides. I've no doubt he'd want to be of aid. Ida and I shall go reconnoiter Garlean activity at the stronghold. It would not do if something were to befall our comrades before we had the chance to act. Come and join us when you're ready, Foxy. Let's do this. Sometimes I wonder, Ida, are there ever times when you are not enthused? I'm nothing if not enthused, Y'shtola, and you're beginning to remind me of Papalimo. Alright, so we've got a new place, we've got a new heading, a new objective. Infiltrate Castrum's Sentry, get our friends back, and punt that big Ultima weapon in the ass. But all of that is going to happen in the next episode. Not all of it, but the beginning of it. We'll also try and tackle some other dungeons as well. But until then, I hope you're enjoying this series. We are winding slowly toward the end. I had to pause because this is just kind of a cool little image here. Make a great screenshot if everything was out of the way. But anyway, I'm Foxy Games. Hello, Chocobo. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.